What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents. This story is called Homophobic Entitled Parents Get Kicked Out of McDonald's. Background: I am a 16-year-old female in a lesbian relationship. I am extremely introverted to the point I will avoid people I don't know at all costs. I have the ends of my hair dyed blue and speak a little bit of German. My girlfriend is much cooler than me. She is extroverted, nice when others are being nice to her, really doesn't give a crap what others think, and speaks fluent German. This is all important later. Here's the cast. Me, Olivia, my amazing girlfriend. Kid, entitled mom. Entitled dad. Employee. Manager. Security guard. Sorry for the long intro, let's get into the story. This was about a month ago when winter break just started for our school. Me and Olivia wanted to do something together as a celebration for the 2 weeks of freedom we had. You can call it a date of sorts, because that's what it was. We decided to go to our local McDonald's. Yes, I know, it isn't the best, but we are broke teenagers. We got there and everything went as normal. We ordered our food, got our number, and went to sit down. We began talking for a few minutes when Olivia needed to use the bathroom. A couple of seconds after Olivia left, a girl who looked about 4 to 6 comes up to me. Hi! I look behind me to make sure she's talking to me. She is. Hello? I really like your hair. Oh, thank you. Why are you being so quiet? Oh, I wasn't sure how to explain what an introvert was to this young girl. I'm an introvert. I hope she knew what that was. What's that? Frick. It just means, like, I'm a little uncomfortable talking to new people. Why? Double frick. It's just something, a lot of people are like that. Oh, okay. Bye-bye. She waved and skipped back to her family. A few minutes later, Olivia came back and we started talking like normal. When our number was called, Olivia said she would go grab it. And I swear the second she left, entitled mother was breathing down my neck. Excuse me? I checked behind me again to make sure she was talking to me. She was. Hello? Why did you tell my daughter you were uncomfortable talking to her? That's not what I said. I said I was uncomfortable talking to new people. That's broccoli salad. I saw you talking to that floozy that just left. That's my girlfriend. Please don't talk about her like that. Entitled mother fell backwards a little bit, with a look of terror and disgust. This is when Olivia comes back with the food. Entitled mother to Olivia. Is she? Are you two? Together? Yes. Please go away. Entitled mother slowly backed away, the way they tell you to when you see a bear, all the way back to her table, and not so secretly talked about those gay floozies at table 15, or something. Me and Olivia began talking and eating like normal when entitled dad walks up to both of us. Do you two mind taking your bundle of sticks burned for fuel, manure, somewhere else? Me and Olivia looked at each other in disbelief that this guy was so open with his homophobia when Olivia gets a very smug face. She said the first part of the B movie in German. I laughed quietly when entitled dad glares at me. Do you think this is funny? Olivia looks at me and mouths, Ja. Yes in German. Entitled dad gives me a confused look with a hint of anger. Olivia says the first part of we are number one. I laugh again. Entitled dad shoots me a death glare and mumbles something about foreigners and young people ruining this country. Everything goes back to normal, but at this point, I've said that like 5 times already, so you already know that this isn't gonna last. After about 6 minutes, employee comes up. Excuse me? Olivia looks up at him. We have received a complaint that you are disturbing other customers, so I'm gonna have to ask you two to please leave the store. Me and Olivia both knew who complained about us, but even so, I began putting my stuff back in my backpack. What exactly did we do to disturb the other customers? The complaint said that you harassed and were being rude to their family. I internally roll my eyes and swing my backpack over my shoulder. Ava waits. We did nothing wrong and I need to prove that. Now to employee. May I please speak with whoever complained about us? Well, I would need to go ask the permission of the complainers. Take all the time you need. Employee went over to entitled mom and entitled dad's table and talked to them for a minute. Then, both parents stand up and began walking towards us. Oh mega frick. I see you haven't been kicked out yet, slut 1 and slut 2. And I see you haven't gotten lovelier, bench. You need to learn to treat adults with respect, you figs. You need to learn to not be a homophobic dookie sphincter. Entitled Dad gasped that someone dare speak to him like that. "Your gay crap is disturbing our little angel." We have done literally nothing to disturb your kid, who, by the way, is very lucky to be nice with parents like you. Entitled Mother gasped, and then, in what seemed like a split second, pulled out an entire Bible, then threw it at me. I fell on the table, unconscious. So this is all what Olivia told me would happen later when I woke up. "What the frick, lady?" Entitled Mother reaches into her bag, pulled out another Bible, and threw it at Olivia. Lucky for her, Entitled Mother's aim wasn't as spot on this time, instead destroying the case that held the mustard. At this point, the manager and some security workers came up to where we were. "Okay, what happened here?" "This butthole and her butthole husband just knocked my girlfriend uncon—"
"My wife was defending herself against these fig hooligans who were disturbing our daughter."
Manager, already fed up with the situation. "How about we check the security footage?" "Please." The security guards and manager all went to the security room while Olivia stayed to make sure I wasn't dead, while Entitled Mom and Entitled Dad stood silent the entire time manager and security guard were in the room, looking over everything that happened. After about 15 minutes, they came back and told Entitled Mother and Entitled Dad to pay for the damages and their food and leave, or have the cops called on them. Entitled Dad threw a wad of cash at manager that was supposed to cover everything, and then stormed off with his family, yelling about how he will never set foot in that establishment again. Olivia asked if she wanted to press charges. She said that, since I was the one hit with the Bible, she would leave it to me. After another 7 minutes, I woke up and was asked if I wanted to press charges. To me, that question sounded like, would you like to talk to more strangers and those bozos who just knocked you unconscious, or would you not want to do that? I chose to not press charges. I refused an ambulance, so Olivia just drove me to the hospital and called my mom. She told her what had happened and asked if she could come over. My mom came. I was fine, just a big bruise I could cover with a hoodie, so we just went to her house and played Smash for a while. Smash, you say? I'm on to you, kids. On a real note, I heard that being knocked unconscious from, like, a blow to the head for more than, I think it was a few seconds is dangerous? I'm not 100% sure, so those who are can confirm or refute my statement. But this is a good representation of homophobia in the modern world, or any world, I guess. Just people minding their own business and doing their own thing, and people getting mad at them for it. And you know what? Little soapbox here. I had this realization that gay pride and homophobia is all reactionary. You know, most people nowadays, most closeted homophobes, they're like, oh, I like gay people, just not the ones that, you know, are obnoxious and, you know, gay about it. When the reason why there's, quote-unquote, a gay personality and such nowadays is because when you take something that's honestly not a big deal at all, like it honestly shouldn't even be a discussion, such as sexuality, and you prosecute people for being a certain way, like gay, or you lock them up or you kill them, obviously those within that group that are being prosecuted are going to try to fight that unfair treatment by taking pride in something that was once punished and looked down upon. That's where you get your gay pride parades and stuff like that. People taking pride in their sexuality when people before would be killed for it. So, homophobes, if you don't like gay people that act quote-unquote gay, it's y'all's fault for making them take pride in it. And you know what? Go ahead, take pride in whatever you want. It literally doesn't make a difference in who you are. It's that simple. If you're a good person, you're a good person. If you're a jerk, you're a jerk. It doesn't matter, you know, if you're gay, straight, or, you know, anything else. This story's called Entitled Dad, Hey, Give My Kid a Loaded Gun in This Area Full of People. So, some backstory. In my country, you need to be licensed to even shoot at a shooting range, and to get a license, you need to pass some sort of background check, and do some extensive paperwork, and also attend a 1-hour class on firearm safety, range safety, the rules, and some other stuff about holding a gun correctly, etc. And also a range class where you shoot with the instructors to see if you may pose any danger to the other shooters. Also, we have some sort of necklace where you have to wear your license card so that other people can see. Here's our cast.
Entitled Dad,
Hyper Kid,
Range Instructor, Club President,
and of course, me. So, here the story begins. I was at the shooting range training for the International Precision Shooting Competition since I had a qualifier the next day. I passed the qualifier. me and really didn't want to be bothered. After about an hour there, I go early since there's less people, a dad and a kid that should have been around 15 and looked really hyped to be around guns. I was like him my first time there, and I can't blame him. Guns are cool, and they came up to me. I don't know if it was the guns I was using or the metal human-shaped target I was shooting that made them come to me specifically. I was using a custom Saiga 12 semi-automatic shotgun with a forward grip, polymer stock, red dot, etc., and to someone unfamiliar with guns, it may look like a good AK-47.
Hey, nice gun you have there.
Me loading the magazine. Yeah, it's great for competitions, and the red dot really helps when shooting slugs at small targets.
Could you let my son shoot it?
Well, your son isn't even old enough to have a license, and I wouldn't want to get a strike for giving a non-shooter a gun. If you give a non-shooter a gun, after 2 or 3 strikes, you can both have your shooting license and your gun ownership license revoked.
Okay, can I borrow it since you're gonna use your handgun now? I'm licensed.
I'm training right now and I need both guns, but you can rent a gun just like this one at the van over there.
But I don't want to have to walk all the way there and back.
It's maybe 25 meters away.
Dad, let's do it. I really want to shoot it and also get the paperwork for my training license.
The kid looked really serious about it and was willing to spend hours of his life to get the training license, which allows him to shoot with supervision from instructors every now and then. He seemed legitimately interested in pursuing it as a sport. At this point, I'm starting to search Entitled Dad for his license, and at that point, I spot a visitor's pass. Basically, you can go to the gun range, but aren't allowed to use any guns. You can observe, take a class, and the paperwork you need to fill, and sometimes club president will let you shoot so that you can decide whether it's for you or not. Sir, you're not allowed to use a firearm if you're not licensed to do so, and I'll get into serious trouble if I let you. You can talk to club president over there, and he'll probably let you try a few shots.
No, it's nothing serious. We'll just fire a few shots and no harm will come from it.
At that point, I had already waved at range instructor to come over, so maybe he could get him off my back and let me train while the kid had already left, and went to find club president to do things the right way.
Is there anything I can help with?
Yeah, this person here would like to shoot a gun, so maybe you can take him to club president to sort some things out and see what it can do? I always want to see more people into the hobby, so I genuinely wanted both of them to have fun.
Sure.
They talked to club president, and under his supervision, let them shoot a few rounds with a 9mm and gave them the paperwork and told them that if they really wanted to get licensed, to fill it out and also come back with a copy of their record. After that, the dad came back to me.
Okay, so I talked to club president, and as you can see, he let us shoot. So can we shoot your gun now?
No, I told you I'm not legally allowed to do that.
Dad, just drop it. We can come back in a couple of weeks when we've signed up.
Why do you have to make such a fuss about it? Just let us shoot 5 rounds.
Please let me go back to my training. I have an important competition tomorrow, and as I said, there's nothing I can do. Range instructor shouts for all of us to hear,
"Guns down. Clear them and place the flags in the chamber. You can go change targets. Otherwise, just wait for the go-ahead to resume shooting."
I unloaded both guns and put the flag in the receivers and went to go check my groupings up close. And when I turned back, I saw Entitled Dad touching the gun. Probably because it looked cool, I guess. It couldn't fire with the flag in it no matter what he did. But now, I was pissed. So I shouted at both range instructor and club president to look at him, and they asked him to leave immediately and that he would not be allowed on the range without doing all the necessary steps. For some reason, many people are completely stupid around guns, and I have some more stories if you want me to share. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that there is a ton of responsibility when it comes to owning a firearm. Personally, I don't own any guns. However, I would be interested in going to like a shooting range at one point with, some friends that are more familiar with them. But I do know that there's a lot of rules and regulations when it comes to them, and people take them super seriously. You find a lot more responsible gun owners compared to irresponsible gun owners because you literally have to be responsible to buy a gun, legally at least. A gun, like most other tools, can do a lot of damage if you're not careful. So, yeah, people definitely take it seriously. This story is called Entitled Parents Get Angry When I Buy Her Son a PlayStation 4, but with no game included, for Christmas. So this happened, obviously, around a month ago during Christmas. My nephew, nice kid, who is 13, knew I was a manager at GameStop near where I live. Him and I would frequently play video games together since it was a common interest between us, and we always bonded over it when I went to see him. Eventually, he asked me if I could buy buy him a PS4 for Christmas. So I responded with a maybe, knowing I could get a killer deal on one to buy him. And if I really wanted a good deal on one, I'd have to buy him a used one. Used systems, of course, do not come with games, so I figured I would just buy him one on the PlayStation Store when he opened it up. So I buy the PlayStation, used, and wait for Christmas Day to surprise him with it. Christmas arrived, and a large part of my family is in one house to celebrate together. Soon, it was time to open gifts, and Nice Kid was soon to open his gift, revealing the PlayStation 4. He was, of course, very excited to receive this gift. So much so, in fact, that he took it right out of the box to set it up at a nearby TV, where his mother, entitled parent, soon realized that no game was included in the box, which infuriated her. So here's the dialogue that appeared afterward, which I'll try my best to recreate in text.
Excuse me? OP, why did you give my son a game system without anything to play on it?
Oh, you can download a game directly from the system. A physical copy of the game is unneeded.
So you want me to spend my money on a game for the gift you got him?
No, I was planning to buy a game directly on the PlayStation for him myself. This is where the conversation should have ended, but unfortunately, she's much dumber than to understand what I had said before.
So you're going to drive down there to buy the game right now? Or you're gonna have to make him wait to use his gift?
I said I'll pay for it digitally.
What? Just go drive to your store to buy the game now! He should not have to wait to use his gift on Christmas Day.
By this point, I was tired of her. I did not want to argue, just have a nice time with family and Nice Kid.
Mom, it's fine, I can download a free game on here.
Of course, he was talking about Fortnite.
No, you should not have to deal with a crappy free one just because he was lazy. OP, go drive to the store and buy him a game now. You should have thought ahead.
I proceed to show Entitled Parent what the PlayStation Store was, and I bought the game on there. Red Dead Redemption 2, a game he had played and loved at my place not long before. But of course, they were greeted with a very long download time.
Are you serious? He should not have to wait 15 hours to play.
Even if I went out and bought it from the store, it would have to download. Please stop yelling at me. By this point, most people were in a room away from our conversation and enjoying a nice conversation about previous Christmases or something, while I was trying to calm her down and try to make her understand modern consoles.
Oh, I can wait for it to download. My Xbox had to download stuff also. I'm used to it.
And that's when Entitled Parent stormed out of the room. Nice Kid knows she's crazy, and we had a small laugh about it. Nonetheless, it was a great Christmas, and we spent the rest of that night playing a quick download indie game instead. First off, not saying that this was OP's fault in any way, shape, or form, but he should have just bought a PlayStation store card along with the console so that, you know, she couldn't. Anyways, he didn't do anything wrong here. Actually, hold up. If he knew he wanted to buy the kid Red Dead Redemption 2 and he knew he loved it, why didn't he just buy the physical copy? Because that's a lot cheaper than the PlayStation Store. It might have been on sale at that time, I'm pretty sure it was, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is like $60 still on the PlayStation Store. It would have been a lot cheaper to buy a physical copy, but again, he didn't do anything wrong. It's just kind of a silly decision there. But aren't video games great? You can have great bonding experiences over them, and great memories, and they're just always a blast to play with other people. That there is a good uncle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.